What's up, guys? This is Fuel for Days coming at you with a new kind of video. So this weekend we have a BOGO going on for the Memorial Day sale. So what I was thinking is I was gonna put together a list of if I could pick 10 flavors out of the BOGO, what would I pick and why? So what I've done is how am I gonna get the most out of my money for a BOGO? What I did is I put these things into pairs of flavors that are great on their own, but then ones that also could be mixed together. So when you mix these two together, it becomes another totally different flavor. So I'm essentially giving you 3 flavors for every one BOGO, because mixed together is almost just as good as the normal flavor by themselves. All right, so let's start with the first one. My first pick, because I love these flavor by themselves, but they're also great as a mix. First one is Phase 51. Phase 51 is absolutely amazing. This is one of those drinks that every time I have it, I drink it, I always look at it, and I'm like, oh, I do that, you know, that when your shoulders slump a little bit. That's what happens when I drink this one. I go, oh, that's so good. I look at it and I kind of just shake my head as I'm drinking it. That's how good I love this. It's a cantaloupe sorbet. The cantaloupe's a little bit weak, but it's in there. You can definitely find it, but there's some kind of like uniqueness to it. It's kind of almost like a guava-like taste. Very delicious. I absolutely love it. It's kind of a hit or miss for people. You either really like it or you're kind of not really too much into it. I absolutely love it. So this is one of my top tier picks anyway, but it also goes good with this next one I love, which is also a great pick. I'm going to put these up here so you can see them in combinations. Hopefully you can see that right there. All right, Phase 51 goes great with this right here, but it's also great on its own. Peach Rings. Peach Rings is amazing. It tastes just like peach rings. You have like the Harbro or Hasbro or the Trolley peach rings. That tastes exactly like this. You can actually taste the crystallized sugar in here. You know, like the crystallized sugar that's on top of a peach ring? You can taste that in here. It's a perfect peach candy flavor. They nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. So this by itself is amazing, but mixed with this right here, believe it or not, what happens is it turns, if you mix those things about 3/4 of this and 1/3 of peach rings, what happens is it turns that peach into more of a like natural type peach. Or it almost tastes like, it almost makes it like a melon flavor. Because when I first started that, I wanted to see how I can make a melon flavor, and I actually came up with a way to know that to happen. If you do 2/3 of that, 1/3 of that, it almost makes these combined turn into like a mango-like flavor. That or something more of a natural peach flavor mixed with the flavors of the Phase 51. So try it, it's really good. So that's my first BOGO right there. Great buys, great 2 buys, great as a mix. Next one I would say that is good as a mix and also top tier by themselves. First one is Ice Shatter. Ice Shatter is amazing. My son Ethan actually doesn't like it because he doesn't like the cooling effect to it. But that's one of the uniqueness of it, is it's a strawberry-like frosted glacier, if you will. Think of a Gatorade frosted glacier Gatorade, the strawberry kind. It's like that. Really good, really refreshing, really unique. And that frostedness actually stands out, and it's pretty cool. So try that one by itself. Or you can mix it with Classified V2. So Classified V2, it's never came out what it actually is, but I think it's a watermelon pina colada. It's either that or like a tiger's blood, which is, I believe, strawberry, coconut, and citrus or pineapple. I can't remember exactly what tiger's blood is, but it tastes like that or watermelon pina colada. one of my top tiers ones. It's also one of the ones where I look at it and I shake my head when I drink it, because it's unique. It has different little qualities and layers that Phase 51 has. I think probably those two flavors probably have some of the most layers and qualities of any flavor that G Fuel's come out with. I can taste all these little idiosyncrasies of each little things that they've manipulated, but it's delicious. I love it. Try to mix it with that, and what will happen is that actually turns that into almost the same thing that this already is, but it gives it that cooling effect and amps up that strawberry. So if if this is kind of like a strawberry from the tiger's blood, putting that in there amps up the strawberry and makes it have that cooling effect a little bit. This one right here is worthy of a 50-50. If anything, you could go a little more this and a little less this to not have the strawberry too overwhelming. But a 50-50 on this is actually a good mix. All right, so the next one I'm going to go with is Kiwi Mango. So Kiwi Mango, it was the best mango flavor until the most recent mango explosion came out. Mango explosion came out, kind of exploded this one out of the way. But this one's really good by itself. At first, I didn't think it had much kiwi until I started tasting it more and more. It actually has more than I thought. So it's more like a 60-40, maybe 70-30 of mango to kiwi. It's really good, nice and refreshing, great by itself. So definitely a pickup buy. And something that it would go good in is my number 2, I believe right now, is Sage Mode. Sage Mode is on the BOGO now, so pick up Sage Mode. If you haven't had Sage Mode, you need to get it. It's a universally liked, so there's most people's gonna like this. It's supposed to be pomelo fruit and white peach. I haven't had a pomelo fruit, but it's kind of like a citrus-like. They say it's like a grapefruit. I think it's more on the citrus side. So I say it's like a peach and citrus. Absolutely delicious. Top tier for anybody who has it is gonna like it. You can't not like this unless you don't like peach or don't like citrus. But if you like those, it's a guarantee get. Get this. This one's almost gone. I'm gonna re-get this on my BOGO. But mixing that together with the Kiwi Mango actually brings up, it elevates the peach a little bit and it complements it, because mango and peach and citruses go well together. So I haven't had it with the kiwi, but I'm just in my mind, the kiwi's kind of light where it won't really affect that much. Not too much. If it is, but also kiwis do go good with peach and citrus. So it's probably gonna go good anyway. It'll probably just knock down the kiwi a little bit by adding some of that Sage Mode to it. All right, so those are great. Next one, probably my number 2, number 3, because my number 1 is right now is Ocean Potion. I'm drinking it more and more. I'm actually starting to see a little bit of a chalkiness to it, a little bit. Maybe I'm putting it nice and level, but for the Ocean Potion, but I'm starting to notice a little chalkiness. So maybe it might go down in my rankings because of that, but it's actually a amazing flavor. So, but this right here is my number 2, number 3. Love it. This will not get old for me. Clickbait. Clickbait is fantastic. It reminds me of my childhood of cherry Kool-Aid. It is a cherry Kool-Aid enhanced with pomegranate. The pomegranate here gives that cherryness, just a little bit of tartness that kind of gives a nice balance. So cherry Kool-Aid with some tartness from the pomegranate elevates it to another level. So absolutely perfect. Next one is great on its own, and I'm explaining how you can create something very great with this. And that is green lemonade. Green lemonade. So, you know, this was the lemonade. It's pretty much lemonade. It's the original lemonade that they reskinned and made it green. It's a great lemonade. It has that really natural lemonade taste. It has maybe like a 10% to 20% of at the very end of it being fake lemonade, like that, like your Brisk lemonades or your Lipton iced tea, Lipton lemonades, those fake lemonades. But for the most part, it tastes really fresh, like a fresh squeezed lemonade, which is probably my favorite drink of all time. You say, hey, Chris, if I only had one drink to pick of anything in the world, I'm going to say fresh squeezed lemonade. Fresh squeezed. And this has a pretty closely fresh squeezed lemonade taste. So by itself, nice and refreshing. Now this is how you're going to do this, make this thing amazing. I've created a new way of doing a cherry limeade. You're going to be like, cherry limeade? Don't you mean cherry lemonade? Kind of. If you do this correctly, I've done it with clickbait and sour demonade, but the sour demonade's not on the BOGO. So if you do clickbait and 3/4 clickbait, 1/4 lemonade, what happens is a lemon is more sweet, a lime is more tart. So what happens if you get just the right ratio, you can turn a pomegranate, you can make the pomegranate in here turn a lemon, which is sour, into a tart, which is a lime. So it counteracts that lemon and turns it more into a lime type taste. So put 3/4 clickbait, 1/4 lemonade, and it will turn that lemon into a lime. So it'll be more of a cherry limeade. Very good. So I haven't done these ones yet, but I assume, I would think that the lemon from sour demonade would be comparable to the lemon in this, enough in order to make it really close. So, but if you have sour demonade at home, try that. But try that if you're going to get a BOGO, and you're going to get 2. So far I've already given you guys 2, 4, 6, 8. So you've got 12 flavors so far with only buying 8 with those mixes. However, there's even more mixed combinations going on in here. So next one right here, probably the second best basic flavor that they have, watermelon. Watermelon is watermelon Jolly Rancher. 100%. You get watermelon Jolly Ranchers, put them in a pot and melt them down, and it ends up being this right here. So watermelon Jolly Rancher, absolutely perfectly. Think of watermelon Jolly Rancher. That's what you got right here. You know what this tastes like already. Think about watermelon Jolly Rancher. That's it, right here. Really good, really perfect. Love it. It's also a really good mix for a lot of things. It's very universal. All right, next one right here. Now, I picked this one not because I think this is worthy on its own out of all the other ones. It's because the mix with this is so good that it's worthy of being its own flavor. And that is starfruit. Well, I did a video on mixes about a month ago or so of the top, I think, 36 mixes that you guys suggested for me. And watermelon and starfruit was towards the top. I can't remember if it was number 1, but it was awesome. So I don't really like starfruit too much. I think it's kind of, it's in the okay tier to me. It's like a citrusy banana in a way. It's like a banana citrus type flavor. But when you add it with watermelon, it turns out so beautifully, because actually bananas and watermelons go very well together. Put those together right there and you got yourself a flavor fusion. This right here is a flavor fusion. The flavor fusion that come out, don't buy that flavor fusion in BOGO. Get these two and make your own flavor fusion. That's a number 1 for me. That thing is banging. So there you go. 5 different BOGOs, and then also a mix for each one. However, there's more mixes in here that you can do. You got this one right here, peach rings. Peach rings goes great with sage mode. Peach ring and sage mode is a great combination. You've got peach rings and mango kiwi. You got a kiwi mango. or a peach mango with a little bit of kiwi, a peach mango right there. You've got watermelon and peach. Watermelon and peach. You've got watermelon and kiwi. You've got watermelon and watermelon like pina colada. You've got, let's see, peach lemonade. You've got cherry lemonade. If you do a normal ratio, you've got cherry and ice shatter. That's a great combination. Strawberry and cherry Kool-Aid with some freezing effect. Let's see what else we have in here. Lemonade's also a really good mix with a lot of stuff. I would bet that this right here would go good together. Sage mode and lemonade. And yeah, so you've got a lot of different combinations here. So if you buy those, you've got more than just 10 flavors. You got at least 15, and then all these little other ones I showed you. So you can create about 20 flavors out of 10. So there you go. So I have almost all the flavors that are already out on the BOGO, so I don't know if I'm going to really get too many. I'll probably just refill some ones that are going low. But we'll see you on the next review, and peace.